Greetings, Spooky fans! Michael here, and if you've been watching my content for almost any amount of time, you likely know that I have a perfectly healthy and reasonable obsession with Castform. Castform tends to get a lot of hate from the Pokemon community, which I don't think it deserves, so I have a strong desire to defend it because I think it is the cutest Pokemon of all of them. Plus, a couple months ago, Pokemon Home showed that they finally gave shiny variations to its weather forms, including the Hail form, which is blue and yellow, my channel's color scheme. That is what spawned the phrase that I use all the time, Hail yeah. So because of my widely known Castform love, I immediately got a ton of requests to make a reaction video to Lockstin Gnoggin's video about a Castform for every type. Oh my god! Lockstin has been making a series on his channel about his fictional region, the Cascade region, based on the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And it's a really awesome series, you should absolutely check it out, and this Castform video is part of that series. So if you enjoy this Castform video, then you're gonna enjoy the other videos from that same series too. So make sure to subscribe to Lockstin. The link to his channel and the original video is in the description below, and a massive thank you to him for letting me make this reaction video. I'm really excited to check it out. But I think that covers all of the intro stuff, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well as Lockstin's, and let's dive into my reaction for a Castform for every single type. All right, here we are on Lockstin's video introducing a new Castform for every type, the Cascade region. Let's hit play. I didn't hit play properly. There we go. Ooh.
This is Professor Fur's research log number 42069.
Professor Fur, I had no idea that the professor for the Cascade region was a furry.
Of course. Well, I've finally done it. Oh, I am so pleased with these results.
Ooh.
And with this project finally at its end, I will use this log entry to summarize the entire thing. Here it goes.
Tell me more.
I am Professor Fur, one of two main
Oh, he's not a furry. It's F-I-R. I'm disappointed.
Pokemon professors in the Cascade region.
Oh, okay.
My specific field of study is learning more about this region's unique weather system, which is caused by the 4 roaming legendary Pokemon constantly rotating the seasons.
That is sick. That is, I love that. I love the concept of just like how unique this is, because I've always thought weather was a really interesting aspect of the Pokemon world. Maybe that's because I'm a Hoenn baby, and that was when weather really got kicked into gear. I think it was like some of them were introduced in Gen 2, but Hoenn was when it really was drived up to 1 million, and this is awesome. Those look really cool. It looks like you've got flying squirrels for spring and fall, and then big cool dinosaurs for summer and winter, which is fun. Could you imagine though, living in a place where you could not predict the seasons? That'd be like living in Texas.
These constant shifts have made some of the Pokemon here able to use moves and abilities that they are incapable of in other regions.
Ooh.
Mainly moves that affect their immediate environment. Essentially, battlefield-sized weather anomalies.
Ooh.
I've dubbed this simply weather energy.
Weathergy!
Because I'm uncreative.
Because I'm uncreative. I mean, I can't fault you, man. It's fun to say. Weathergy!
That's not my job as a professor. But one thing I noticed while out doing my research is that my partner Pokemon, Castform, apparently has more forms here than anywhere else in the world.
Then we have to go there at once. Book a ticket. This is the most important thing ever.
As pointed out to me by Castform's original creator. Apparently, in other regions, there is only a sunny, snowy, and rainy form.
Which is not enough.
Here, I was regularly encountering several more, so I made it a mission of mine to discover a form of Castform for every type.
Ooh.
Which is clearly easier said than done. Several of the types were of no issue. It was only a matter of putting it into a battlefield with some of our unique weathergy. I'll explain these findings now.
Ooh, yes.
The first new variant I encountered was its grass-type form.
I love it! He's like a little flower! I don't know what grass weather is, but I don't care. Oh, I know what it is. It's a leaf storm. Haha.
Pollinated. I encounter histamine swarms nearly every day that I gather field data in a spring part of the region.
Oh, it's pollen!
So we're constantly surrounded by a swirl of their pollen.
Oh.
My poor little Castform, though, he seems strained in this form, and is having a bit of a difficult...
Oh, this poor little Castform, he's got allergies! This is already the greatest YouTube video I've ever watched. Oh my god. That is so good. Weather ball gets packed with pollen, making it grass type ranged physical attack. Okay, that's dope. Oh my gosh.
Time not sneezing. But in this form, notably, its weather ball attack is so packed with pollen that it becomes a ranged physical grass type attack.
That is dope.
Now, if instead of pollen, the air is filled with poisonous gas, Castform enters a smog form, rendering itself and its
he's
allies
angry!
immune to the poisonous air, while also further poisoning the enemy team a bit more so than what the air is already doing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Another variant common in the Cascade region is the rock type variant, which is caused by being in a sandstorm. Here,
Finally, what should have been around from the beginning is finally here, and it's beautiful. I love it. He looks so chill. Just like, hey man, grab a seat. Got some pizza rolls cooking. You can have some in a minute. That's this form. Like, I'm giving them all personalities. Hold on. So the grass one is very just like, what? Just like kind of discontent, but not extremely. The poison one, he's angry. He's like, arr. And then the rock one is he's just like, he's chill. I think I went too far forward. Here we go.
Another variant.
But that pause screen was like really psychedelic.
in the Cascade region is the rock type variant, which is caused by being in a sandstorm. Here, its weather ball turns physical as well, and it seems like it's able to protect its teammates from the effect of the sandstorm. Which, when I brought this up to his creators, they mentioned not knowing of such an ability at all. Same with the poison form. I guess here in Cascade, on top of its form changing with the weather, it gains a sort of secondary ability in certain forms as well. The flying type variant...
He's buffing Castform. Like, not only does it just like the ability just changes with the weather, it also creates like a double battle field effect. So the poison one makes it so it and its ally cannot be poisoned. The sandstorm one makes it so it and its ally are not hurt by sandstorm. That is awesome. That's so cool. And here we have the flying surprised one.
Variant is a fairly easy form for it to enter as well. Any frequent amount of high wind with no other effects will cause its body to stretch and twirl around itself.
Delta Stream Castform.
Like a sentient little hurricane.
A sentient little hurricane!
Interestingly enough, when a Castform is in this form, it is significantly more difficult for other enemy Pokemon to change the weather. It's as if this form of Castform is blowing any of their new effects away.
Delta Stream, there we go!
Once, as it then reverts back to its original form after doing so. Visually, it is similar to its ground-type variant, where Castform becomes a sort of mini tornado or a dust devil, picking...
I've said the term dust devil in videos before, and people are like, you mean the vacuum? And I'm like, no. It's a sand tornado. I lived in West Texas for high school, okay? We had one hit our car once and just dumped sand or dirt all over the windshield. We just had to stop. Yeah, so we've got a dust devil Castform here, which is awesome. So the rock one is like a big sandstorm, and this one's just like, he's just a little dust devil. This one's facial expression is very like, how are you doing? What the hell you come in my room for? You know? Like he's not outright angry, but he's skeptical to the point of deep annoyance.
Up sand and dirt beneath it. Its weather ball in this form can hit enemies even while underground by first exposing them, and if it does so, it will then cause a sandstorm, which, funnily enough, changes Castform to its rock type form.
Oh, that's interesting.
A curious behavior, indeed. Another easy form...
Yee! My favorite type on one of my favorite Pokemon. This one, he's so excited. He's determined, like, he's like a shonen protagonist. You know, just like, yeah, I'm gonna be the hero or whatever. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing from this little guy. Thunderstorm Castform.
to get into is its electric type form. Simply being in a thunderstorm with a charged battlefield will activate it. And its effect here is interesting. It acts a bit like a lightning rod. It will absorb any electric attack that it or its allies are dealt, though it still takes some damage from doing this. But in return, its next weather ball attack is not only electric type, but also more powerful thanks to the added electricity.
Interesting.
More research is needed to determine how much power this little body of its can hold. Now,
So that's kind of like lightning rod, but different.
even the ghost type Pokemon in the Cascade region have this extra weather energy, which
I love these regional variants. They're like clouds of this of the Gengar line.
has led to a new sort of weather effect, which we've dubbed cursed winds. Essentially, the wind blows with an eerie howl and bone-chilling sensation that cools those exposed to it without actually lowering the temperature.
Oh, now
Scope scans
I'm
indicate
cold
sort of
now.
ghost tears in the vicinity of these winds, perhaps a ghostly realm sort of leaking into our own. More research will need to be done here. But the ghost-type Castform renders it immune.
All right. Well, this is my least favorite one so far, because this Castform is clearly dead. It looks to be based off of the little weather. God, what are they called? It's like, so Castform is partially based on a water molecule and partially based on these little Japanese, what are they called? The Teru Bozu. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but Shine Monk. A small traditional handmade doll made of white paper or cloth. The Japanese farmers began hanging outside of their window by a string. They're ghosts, basically. It's supposed to have magical powers to bring good weather and to stop or prevent a rainy day. So that's part of Castform's inspiration. Also, like, just a water molecule. But yeah, so that's, they designed this ghost one to look just like it, and did an excellent job of making it a hell of a lot creepier than Castform itself.
To normal and fighting type attacks, while also warding off the spirits of the cursed winds from its side of the battlefield, which of course causes them to move more over to its enemy's side, increasing the effects of the cursed winds. To the point of paralysis even, due to the fear and the grip of the cursed ones.
Yeah, I mean, that worked. I was paralyzed with fear for a second here, because this Castform really startled me.
I'm not sure I'm brave enough to continue researching this particular form.
That's fair, man. That's fair, Professor Furry. You're good.
And the last of the easier forms to achieve is the Psychic type form. Psychic type Pokemon in the Cascade region also have their own sort of weather, though a weather barrier or filter of sorts would be a better description. They put a weird sort of psychic field around the battle arena.
Okay.
I've read in other regions that some psychic Pokemon are able to create psychic terrain, and this is essentially that. The filter seems to amplify the effects of the stars above, boosting their psychic power even more, and it's quite beautiful, I must admit.
Look at you, little sleepy Castform.
Castform becomes sort of clairvoyant and begins meditation. When
enters the psychic form, he's just like, man, I'm good. Namaste. Namaste go. I'm just chilling right here. That's this Castform. Just enlightened to the point of not giving a crap about the battle in front of it. Will not attack. Wait, actually, yes. It actually is doing that.
meditating, it doesn't seem to attack. It can still use status moves, though. But if it has an ally on the battlefield, it will amplify all of their attacks with added psychic energy.
Dang!
Seemingly pushing its ally further with the aid of telekinesis. And
some of these battle strategies with these Castforms are really intricate. And part of me is like, wow, that's like, would like be really cool. And then another part of me is like, that doesn't sound viable at all. But it's not like Castform was viable in the first place, so I might as well just try everything.
And I should note that this effect seems to last for a short while, so switching the Castform out with another Pokemon and wait, we'll see the effect continue to last for that Pokemon.
Tricky!
I'm sure some expert trainers can see value in this. But now, the few remaining forms of Castform were much more difficult to achieve, but I found out, eventually, that by giving it a weather gem to focus more weather energy into, it can unlock some more potential within itself and gain access to more forms.
Okay.
So now, with enough infinity energy in the air, it will become its dragon-type form. Every turn, it's...
Hey, look, he's got teeth. It kind of looks like he's encased in a trico. A trico with horns and teeth. That's awesome. The bottom kind of looks like some kind of fun fruit.
Its attack and defense stats grow, but it also just takes ever-increasing damage to itself, similar to the effects of the move Toxic. It seems that its body isn't meant for this kind of arcane power.
Oh
now,
no.
When a Pokemon causes Overcast and a Blood Moon, Castform not only changes its form, but its personality as well.
Oh no.
When in this Dark-type form, all of its stats raise a bit, but it won't listen to a word that I say.
No!
It thinks it's being sly or mischievous or something of the
Castform!
sort. And
Why would you do this to me? We're friends. There's no need to be so rude and cover yourself in what looks like dollops of whipped cream that have been dyed black.
Unfortunate effect, but an easy one to break at least. Simply a change of the weather will cause it to change its form and snap out of the attitude, but it keeps the stat boosts, which is quite nice.
Man,
now,
the battle
similar
strategies
to
in this are
pollinated
insane.
Air, many fairy-type Pokemon in the Cascade region have learned that they can fill the air with a pleasant scent on the breeze by filling it with a sort of fairy dust, which lowers evasiveness and heals everyone around. Besides dragons and ghosts, of course.
Poor dragons
and
and ghosts.
Fairies and grass types heal even more so.
Ooh.
But now, thanks to this weather gem, Castform can change into their fairy form, which...
Its head is a butt! I'm kidding, it's a heart. But it's so cute. It's just so happy, like, hey! Oh my god.
will actually double the healing of it and its allies. And its Weather Ball attack heals whomever it hits even further, which can include itself now. And also, similar to pollinated air, bugs will sometimes fill the air with pheromones. They tend not to smell very good.
So the grass one is pollen, and the bug one is pheromones.
At all. But they and Poison-type Pokemon seem to like it, as it increases their speed and accuracy instead of lowering it for everyone else. And now, thanks to the Weather Gem, Castform sort of integrates the pheromones into its own body, affording a cloud of pheromones around itself, which...
Alright, bug-type Castform, you're very cute. But please don't take it personally if I choose to keep my distance. Because you probably smell really bad.
Which protects it and its allies from the negative
Oh, Weather
effects,
Ball is
and
infestation now, that's
Weather Ball
cool.
to sort of infest whomever it hits. I've been meaning to look into how infestation works for a while now. Perhaps now that I've found all the Castform forms, I will look into it. Now, the Fighting-type Castform. That one took me a while. I had to further refine the Weather Gem to get it to work. Some Cascadian Fighting-type Pokemon
those are cool.
their fighting spirit into the air around them, like a Lucario's Aura Ball, but always, and the entire battlefield.
Oh, wow.
Now, when this happens, Castform can pick up on that and transform into its Fighting-type form. The speed boost that it gets from this is remarkable. It's now among the fastest Pokemon I've ever seen.
Wow.
And it can't seem to sit still, darting back and forth
That
rapidly,
looks sick.
and now ramming into its foes for every attack.
That was not what I was expecting at all. I would want to know the design inspiration behind that, because it looks like just like a ball of ice. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be an Aura Ball. Maybe that's what it is. It's in like Lucario's Aura Sphere. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. I dig this one. This one's really cool.
And then the Steel type, and this is where I truly struggled. It took me months to figure this one out. Some Steel type Cascadian Pokemon have a minor effect on the weather and the...
That is what looks like a Triceratops Exploud, which is dope.
Their weather energy, but it's never much. A tweak to the local magnetosphere. It only ever speeds them up slightly and makes them more accurate, but it also makes all electric attacks against them perfectly accurate. I tried so many things to get this to work with Castform, but nothing seems to work. I hate to resort to the same tactics as Tom Bezel. My old frat mate and now CEO of Amazol.
Amazol? Tom Bezel? This is clearly a parody of Barnes & Noble.
Richest corporation in Cascade and the world soon. You see, he's been messing with Pokemon biology for a while now, all for corporate gain. There's a modified Steel-type Drifblim that delivers packages, a Steel-type Sudowoodo to act as a living cell tower, and I swear that new Golbat evolution, Vibat, was made by Amazol too. They're listening to us for sure.
Can I just say how, like, that whole plot line of, like, the evil team is, you know, is brilliant. It's so creative. I think it's so cool.
And the Botniak. Are they even Pokemon?
That's like the little robot dogs we had as kids.
I can twist my morals a bit for science. This is the last step of this project, so after tinkering around in my lab a bit, eventually I did find out how to achieve a Steel-type Castform, and it involves a whole other item to give it. A Steel Whirligig. Not unlike the one in downtown Port Alki. So, what's great about this held item is that it makes the Steel form Castform become the default form. So, it's in this form right out of the Pokeball. And when it comes out, the Magnetosphere Burst clears any weather effects that are already in the battlefield, and sets up the Steel-type weather effect on top of that. But, as a bonus, it boosts its allies' accuracy too, and also acts similarly to the electric form of Castform.
That is awesome. That's like, the Castform turns into a weather, he calls it a whirligig, but to me it looks like a weather vane. It's got like a cramorant bird on top. Like a weather sensing, measuring instrument. Like, that never occurred to me to have Castform become a weather measurer rather than a weather thing itself, and that is dope.
But even better, it acts like a lightning rod and pretty much renders its side of the battlefield immune to electric-type attacks. There are a few negatives involved with this, though.
Oh no.
The Castform inside doesn't seem to enjoy being in this form.
No!
I feel sort of bad putting it through this. Also, it cannot transform into any of its other forms until the Whirligig breaks off, which seems to happen after it's taken a few hits. And it still doesn't seem too happy for a while afterwards, too.
No! Free it!
Oh, what have I done?
You suck, Professor Furry!
This has been Professor Fur, log 42069.
Is that it? Oh?
Professor Fur's research log number 42070. I don't know how they caught wind of
42069. I caught it.
probably those dang Vibats, but Amazol Corp approached me yesterday. They want to buy the manufacturing rights off of me for the Steel Whirligigs. I'm not sure what use they have for them, and I'm not sure I want to put any other Castform through what mine endured.
Don't do it!
But the money
Professor Furry!
they offered, that would fund my lab for over 10 years. I wouldn't have to worry about any more grants for a decade.
But the Castforms!
Oh, what am I going to do?
That's it? It's just over? Ending on a note of potentially harming Castforms? Oh. I was expecting to experience emotions when I watched this. My excitement about Castform, of course. I was not expecting to be deeply concerned for the well-being of one of my favorite Pokemon. Lockstin, you damn brilliant evil genius. This was a goddamn masterpiece. Thank you all so much for watching, and an extra special thanks to my patrons over on Patreon who are helping support my channel independent of fluctuating YouTube ad rates. If you want to help support me in the same way, the link is in the description below. Also, if you want to check out some more of my fun Pokemon content or Lockstin's channel, which you totally should, you can click somewhere on the screen. All right, that's all I have for now. So till next time, Poké fans, gotta catch them all.